So I love talking about the universe. The universe, well, esoteric wise, and metaphysic wise, spiritually. The universe is vast, right? It has depth. And believe it or not, so do you. So why can't we just get along? A lot of times it's because you're not listening to you. Majority of the time, because you're not listening. I'm Universe Coach, and I only give you your perceptions. That's what the universe does. Gives you your perspective. I give you your perspective, which is your perceptions, which turns into your conceptions. Scientific method. Okay. I went on a little bit talking about culture. So I want to read the definition because look, people don't kind of are not aware that you have a meaning and you have a definition. And then what's the difference between meaning and definition? Uh, Meaning is when you're talking to someone, you say what, and they say, "What do you mean by that?" They want you to. Oh, I meant this, da 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 da, and what you heard, I meant this. Mean definition is something different because you're defining something. Using that vocabulary, you're gonna have to go to them roots. It's gonna involve a little bit of, I dare to say, etymology. Cause you're gonna have to go way. You're gonna have to dig and say where you get that from. So we're gonna talk a little bit about culture. I'm gonna go with three different platforms just so you can see. I'm probably gonna read it all, but I want to get you a variation of what I'm talking about when I say culture. Because a lot of people be on some other tangent talking about something else. Make sure I'm on. Okay, so I'm going to read this vague one, and it's just going to do a couple of, then it'll go a little bit. This is more meaning. So it says culture, the arts, y'all got to make it bigger. The arts and other manifestation of human intellectual achievement regarding collectively. That's one. And then it says the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of particular nation, people, or other social group. Then it says a collective. You know what it says? The cultivation of bacteria, tissue, etc., in an artificial medium containing nutrients. Now that's one little you want to call definition. That's what they say. Don't even like that because that's very vague. It's not really saying what it needs to say. However, I do like this one. I looked up, yeah, this one. It broadens that a little bit more. It says the main characteristic of culture are that it is learned, shared, symbolic, dynamic, transmitted across generations, and integrated. These traits explain how culture shapes human behavior, social interaction, and identity. That's why folks can't tell you your culture, and they can't tell you that you don't have a culture. I gotta get me some new glasses. It is what it is, okay? But that's why they can't tell you your culture because it literally told you that definition. So it says it got a little thing that is going. I said culture is learned, culture is shared, culture is symbolic, culture is dynamic, culture is transmitted, culture is integrated, culture is adapted. And so I'm just gonna read a couple of them, right? So the core characteristic of culture, because we're not ignorant right here. We're not. We're gonna listen to our inner self. Because when we say ignorant, you're ignoring your very essence of you. We're not ignoring the very essence of us, which is our intelligence, which is the very nature of the divine source creator. We're not doing that. Okay? So let's read a little bit. It says culture is learned. Culture So it's a culture slur. People acquire culture through socialization, not genetics. I didn't like this. Learning occurs through family, school, peers, religion, media. Anthropologists emphasize that culture learning is often unconscious. So it says culture that is shared, culture shared, right? Members of a society share common beliefs, values, norms, and practice. Members of society share common beliefs, values, norms, and practices. Shared culture creates social cohesion and collective identity. Well, what you say, Black America, which are the originals, aboriginals of these America, aka Turtle Island? What do you say? Okay, so let's keep reading. Culture is symbolic. Culture relies on symbols. Now, I believe that we are the Egyptian personally, because there's a lot of over here that they tell. Because we love to go and try to find ourselves somewhere else. Not hating on other folks' culture. But damn near if they done lied about who we are, surely they done lied about where we are. I need you to dig deeper. So culture is symbolic. Culture relies on symbols, objects, gestures, words, or signs that carry what? Meaning. Okay, language is the most powerful symbol system. Then you got to dig into what language is, because language is a whole different type of culture. Yeah, we need y'all to do some more vocabulary work. Symbols unify or divide societies and evolve over time. Let's read that again. Symbols unify or divide societies and evolve over time. So if I get a copper colored person and put them on a billboard and say, oh, keep for generations, say these are evil people, they are lazy people, they are this people, they are that people. Because symbols unify or divide societies and evolve over time. Now we know what evolve means. You do that every day. Because you're not the same person you was 3 years ago. You damn sure ain't the same person today. Keep it moving. Culture is dynamic. Culture changes over time due to innovation and okay, because we create a whole lot. Everybody's using it, created it, but yet they say we did. And them times are not matching up from what they said we were. Yeah, it don't match up because lies always lie. Right. So culture changes over time due to innovation, globalization, and social interaction. Culture lag occurs when material maternal cultures changes faster than culture lag occurs when maternal culture changes faster than non-maternal culture. Excuse me. That's material. I don't know why I said maternal. Cultural lag occurs when material cultures changes faster than non-material cultures. Hmm. So there's a lag when things on the physical changes more faster than the things in the non-material. No, that sounds like spirituality. So if I don't put up a image of how these people are, but then these people know every time they get up, that's why I said we just have an innate of being. I'm just talking about the copper colored people here in these United States, aka North America, right now. We just have that innate ability. We just get up and be like, what I'm gonna create today. We don't get up talking about who I'm gonna kill today. That's not in our DNA. But we get up talking about what we're gonna create a day. We're gonna create something great. We get up and say, it don't look like this gonna be a good day. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do. I'm just saying that just sounds like more like spirituality. Let's keep going. Culture is transmitted. Culture is passed from one generation to the next through teaching and imitation. Transmission preserves tradition while allowing adopt adaptation. Can't even say it. Okay, so transmission preserves tradition while allowing adaptation, which a lot of people come and do. They adopt our culture and then misappropriate it and talking about what just you got to be ignorant. What I look like going to, I don't care if it's a trailer park. They got a culture. What I look like to me, y'all ain't got no. Yes, they do. No, their culture don't look like your culture. So therefore, you think it ain't a culture. You ain't running around here not bathing, halfway children ain't taken care of, hair looking crazy. And I ain't saying all trailer parks is like that. But when people think of trailer park, you think of, certain type of trailer parks, right? That's still a culture. That's a little cohesive, little culture. So let's keep going. Culture is integrated. Culture elements, meaning value, norm, symbol, language. And we need to get into language. The language is, it's the arts, it's the word, it's a whole lot of things. Yes. From a coherent system. So when you have culture that's integrated, culture elements are values, norms, symbols, and language from a coherent system. We know what a system is because you live in one. Make you think you can't do something, make you think you don't. And it was a whole system that was waged a war against a whole Aboriginal Americans here that's looking like me, probably looking like you, to disenfranchise us and to consistently take our land, and then have other foreigners thinking it's okay. I said it before, death be unto you mentally, because you don't have any clue. Now let's keep going. Culture is adaptive, right? Culture, did I say that other one? No. Culture is in integrated. So another part of that is a change in one part of a culture often affects other parts. I can't even make this up. A change in one part of a culture often affects another. Just write that down in the comments. A change in one part of a culture often affects other parts. So if I rip your spirituality system and give you another one, because it just behooves me that people, you don't think, okay, if they already didn't like me and hated me, even to this day, and then they say, okay, here's the Bible, and the God of that Bible said slavery is okay. Oh, nothing about you don't say, well, let me go and see what were we doing back then that was so evil. It just, you can never find in Egyptian history them beating, besides folks trying to come over there and do something to them, they can fight themselves, but just going out there and just call themselves advancing and taking over folks, no, you won't find it. That sounds like us. Most peaceful people. You won't find it. But in the colonizer, the Caucasian culture, consistently, you'll find fuckery. Anywho, so let's keep it moving, right? So, oh, so I like to read that again because, yeah. Culture is integrated. Culture elements are values, norms, symbols, language. What are they? Values. And what do you value? Do you value you? Okay. Norms. That means, they try to make like it's normal for them to kill folks, to shoot folks. Like they think that's normal. Norms. Symbols. Need I say more? Okay. Language. from a coherent system. And then it says a change is one part of culture often affects, it said a change in one part of culture often affects another. So, in the words of Dick Gregory, they took the fathers out the house. Made a whole law behind it, right? Um, then try to say, well, since the fathers were in the house, they couldn't do nothing. We know even the fathers wasn't in the house, we're still creating stuff, right? Well, however, Hitler, a whole lot of other folks had fathers and mothers in the house. That part. So let's keep going. Culture is adaptive. Culture helps human adjust to physical, social, and environmental conditions. So the reason why they have to shape and create a artificial culture is why? Culture helps human adjust to physical, social, and environmental condition. So they have conditioned you because they created a culture to let you know that, oh, it's okay to treat the Aboriginal here, the copper colored people here any kind of way, talk to them any kind of way. Oh, it's okay to step on other people to get what you want. Oh, it's okay to hoard your things and don't share and don't, you see people in need, but when you in need, when somebody hoard keep it from you, now you got a problem. Oh, it's okay because a culture helps humans adjust to physical, social, and environmental conditions. That is culture adaptive. It's called conditioning because they understand they keep changing. One lady once said, "How can you basically cut a mountain in half?" People like, with a laser? What? Oh no, honey. I don't think it just take a stream of water to keep flowing. Consistently over the years, and that mountain will be cut in half. That's all. Don't even gotta be fast. I think y'all confusing the speed with consistency. Because I consistently tell you that you are no one. And if I consistently say that you'll never get nothing done, if I consistently say that you are, bastard or whatever, something crazy, if I consistently say that your people, what they were doing was evil, if I consistently say the Egyptians was evil, but when you look at the Egyptian, all the stuff they it's all in everybody museums, and they always taking folks over there and never see it in their history because they wrote down everything. If I consistently keep putting lies in front of your eyes and say that the lies are true consistently, I just created a culture. Remember when we talk about the integrating? Remember when we talk about the transmitted? Remember when we talk about the dynamic? Remember about the different things that their cultures did? What was our favorite one? A change in one part of culture often affects other parts. So if I systematically remove the music frequency, your means to survive, a change in one part of the culture often affects other parts. Let that sink in. So back to culture is adaptive. Culture helps human adjust to physical, social, and environmental conditions. Adaptation includes changes in food, habits, languages used, technology, and social behavior. Now, once again, what's my culture? If you don't, if you have not walked, as they say, a mile in my shoes, yeah, you can't tell someone their culture. Then you can look and say, well, that culture ain't like my culture, because in our culture we do that. That's what I said. What I said. That we have a culture inside of a culture that's inside of a culture because that's our culture. And then within that culture construct, we have many cultures from infancy to adolescent to young adults to adults. And we're consistently changing. And our culture is we love to create. Now people, well, other folks create, but you can literally look in our history and see the evidence of our creation. Even when we was in school, they didn't tell our culture. They just randomly said, George Washington Carver. It was years till I know George Washington Carver was a copper colored man. That is part of that. What? If you change one part of the culture, it affects other parts. Cultures are what? Elements, values, norms, symbols. So if since they didn't give me that symbol of that copper colored man, I'm thinking, oh, George Washington Carver is Caucasian. What? Never said he was an Aboriginal from here. And if America has the oldest ruins, or you want to call it civilization of culture of things that was here that was built, then another place cannot be the oldest, cannot be the foundation. That just science 101, scientific method, matter of fact. Yeah, it has to add up. Cause we know 1 plus 1 is 3. Or shit, is that 1 times 1? Anyways, that's one. But I think that one did about a good old justice right there because I just want you to get that. Now, in Webster, it says culture is a belief, the beliefs, customs, art, etc., a particular social group, place, or time, a particular society that has its own characteristic featuring, characteristic features of everyday existence. That's what I said now. As pastimes or a way of life, a set of shared attitudes, values, goals, practice that characterize an institution or organization, the set of values, conventions, or a social practice associated with a particular field, activity, or social characteristic. Culture is a set of beliefs, practices, symbols that are learned and shared. And since we have been enduring this evil here in the United States, if you want to call it, you therefore that are not that was not bred here, that means this is not your soil, cannot come into a culture and tell them how to do something they've been doing before they even met you. Because what that culture would do is move all the way out the way and let you experience it, boo. Then you're gonna realize that culture knew exactly what. Now y'all stay safe in them spiritual streets.